Good morning, friends. Welcome back to our English class. In our last period, we have seen email writing, letter writing, and so on. Actually, I am trying to cover all writing skill items. But today, I am going to deal with an important part of writing skill, that is expansion of ideas. And I think this topic is quite unfamiliar to you. I don't know whether you have studied it in your 10th class or not, but for our 12th class, it is quite new. So let us try to understand it in detail. Okay, it has the same weightage of 4 marks, and if you want to grab all these 4 marks, we have to consider all the given points here on the blackboard. So let us try to understand what exactly expansion of ideas means and how we can prepare it. Okay, so the first thing, let us try to understand the meaning of expansion of ideas. So what is idea mean? Idea means an understanding, thought or picture in your mind. Okay, the first thing, idea is important one, and without idea, you know very well, one cannot imagine. Okay, so then let us see the another word. What is expansion means? Expansion means to elaborate a thought. To elaborate. What is the meaning of elaborate then? Elaborate means to explain in detail. Okay, so expanding means to elaborate a thought, given thought, saying, proverb or an idiom, what it may be. So in your question paper, your activity sheet, saying a thought or proverb or an idiom will be given to you, and you have to explain it in detail with the meaning. Okay, so I will give some examples to you here and you will understand them better. So, slow and steady wins the race. You know very well, the famous proverb, slow and steady wins the race. Then, Rome was not built in a day. Then, all that glitters is not gold. Okay, so let us try to understand the meaning behind these proverbs or idioms or sayings. We have to understand first, or we have to derive the keywords from this saying first, and then we have to match the meaning. Let us see an example. All that glitters is not gold, suppose. So, which are the keywords then here? All that glitters is not gold. Okay. So, what is the meaning of glitters? Glitters means an important thing, okay, attractive thing, shining thing. Then gold means an precious metal, important one. So this is the meaning then. Actually, now you can understand better. All that is famous, all that is attractive is not a precise or precious metal, precious thing, important thing. So we must have to appreciate first. We must have to criticize it, and then after we have to decide our opinion. Actually, that doesn't mean that you should be prejudgmental or prejudicial. So be alert while you making your opinion about something or some organization or some person. At that time, first of all, you have to understand his aim, his work, etc., etc. Okay. Sometimes some people who wants to be anonymous one. You read always some poems of anonymous poets. Okay, they do not want fame for their work, and they just for an example, our Gadge Baba. Gadge Mama always want to remain in silent. Okay? He do not come forward. He do not want fame. He do not want to earn money also. That's why. But some people always try to be famous. They love fame actually. They always try to shine. Okay. So be careful while you make your opinion about some organizations, some persons or whatever. So this is the meaning, or these are some proverbs. Now let us see how the format is, how we can grab all these 4 marks. Okay, let us see the format then. First of all, you have to give the introduction, an introductory paragraph, and in this introductory paragraph you have to explain the meaning of that proverb or saying. Okay, suppose all that glitters is not gold. Just I have explained now, and you have to give the meaning here. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay, so these are some examples. In the introductory part, you have to give the meaning of that proverb, that saying in detail. Now, second paragraph, that is main body or core content. Here, you have to explain the proverb or the saying or the thought, what it may be, in details, and if possible, give some examples of similar examples of the proverb. Now, number third, conclusion part. In conclusion part, you have to sum up the given idea. And mind it well, your introductory part should be written in 5 to 6 lines, maximum 5 to 6 lines, while your main body should be written in 10 lines, and your summing up part or the conclusion, it should contain only 1 or 2 lines. If you follow all these rules of expansion of ideas, you will surely get 4 marks. Friends, practice it as much as you can at home. Okay? Without practice, you cannot prepare the answer of this question. So, and mind it well again that this is the new topic for you. So, it may difficult for you, but don't worry. There are so many videos on the YouTube also. Your ideas will surely become clear when you see those videos. And if you have any problem, please contact me. So, thank you then.